So the Psychotherapy Practice Research Network in Ottawa is a Canada-wide practice research network that includes clinicians, researchers, educators, and others who have a stake in how psychotherapy is practiced and how research for psychotherapy is conducted in Canada. Currently, we have about 1,700 members in the network, mostly clinicians, most of them Canadian, who are interested in contributing to research, both practice-based research and knowledge translation with regard to psychotherapy research. We have two main activities that we engage in with PPRNet. The first one is practice-based research, and that means that we conduct research that is meaningful to clinicians and in some ways driven by clinicians. In 2011, we held our first conference, our PPRNet conference that launched the network. And at that conference, we had over 100 clinicians attend and participate in focus groups in which, in part, they were asked to identify what research themes were particularly important to them and would have an impact on their practice. Those clinicians identified about 40 themes at that conference. Following the conference, we took the 40 themes and put them into a large survey of psychotherapists, and over 1,000 psychotherapists responded to that survey. The top two themes from that survey were research on professional development and research on the therapeutic alliance. And so currently, we're conducting a CIHR funded randomized controlled trial looking at the efficacy of a professional development program to train therapists to identify and repair therapeutic alliance ruptures. And that study is ongoing and will continue to go on for several years. Findings from that study will have, we believe, a direct impact on clinical practice, primarily because the questions were developed in consultation and driven by clinicians and clinical needs. The second activity is knowledge translation. PPRNet has a website and a monthly newsletter, e-newsletter, that is sent to its 1,700 members. In the newsletter, we identify, usually on a monthly basis, about 3 key articles in psychotherapy research, usually meta-analyses and reviews. They are summarized very briefly, and more importantly, the practice implications of the research is identified for clinicians. So it's a clinician-friendly review of the research in order to have a direct impact on clinical practice. Membership in PPRNet is free. We provide it as a service to clinicians. It's meant as an exchange and as a place for clinicians and researchers to come together. So we provide free membership, and anybody can join at www.pprnet.ca.